Introduction to Database Course Activities and Review Questions. This video contains activities based on the lectures of this course. All these activities are for self-assessment purposes. The first lecture is Introduction to Database Systems. This is the activity. The motivation or the aim of this activity is to become conversant with the basic features of selected DBMS. You need internet access and the learning materials of this particular lecture. What you have to do, there are 3 tasks to complete. You need to list down 5 open source DBMS and the application environment. You need to list down 10 proprietary DBMS and the application environment as well. Finally, you need to list down at least 3 single-user DBMS. How to do it is by using internet search engine. The student will have to attempt this activity. And these are the review questions, whereby you go through them and answer them and self-assess yourself. You got 6 review questions for this topic. Now, topic 2, history of databases. Where did the database come from? The activity for this lecture, the aim is to differentiate the use of database application and spreadsheet or file-based systems. What kind of resources do you need? You need learning materials on this particular lecture, a selected DBMS software, and a spreadsheet software. The task to complete is list down and describe each characteristic of a database approach. Secondly, what is data redundancy and which characteristics of the file system can lead to it? What are some of the disadvantages of database systems, if there's any? And why is a spreadsheet not a database? By using the resources that you have, you should be able to answer these questions. You're expected to spend at least 2 hours, depending on how you answer the questions. And there are also review questions, 5 review questions, where you have to answer to assess yourself on the knowledge that you have on this particular topic. The third topic is data modeling. This is the activity for data modeling. Aim of this activity is to develop knowledge of database architecture. You need learning materials for this particular lecture, which is lecture 3, and word processor software. The task is to draw a 3-tier database architecture, discuss the functions of each layer, and define the necessary tools involved. Also, the second task is to draw client-server architecture, which is commonly used to implement a database system. You're expected to spend an hour on these activities. After this activity, there are review questions. There you have. There are 10 review questions for this particular topic. The fourth topic is the data models. We have the activity. The aim of this activity is to compare and contrast between different database models. Resources, you need video 4 or unit 4 learning materials and selected DBMS software. What do you have to do? You explain the basic features of a relational database model. Second question, are there any matching database models apart from a relational database? You need to justify your answer. Third, what is the object relational database model? How common is the model being used in the IT industry today? You're expected to spend at least 2 hours on this activity. You've got review questions. We've got 7 review questions. Now the fifth topic is relational data model. Well, we've got activity there. The aim of this activity is to become conversant with the basic concept in a relational database model. Resources, you need relational database model, learning materials. The task, what to do, using the correct terminology, identify and describe all the components in the table below. We have the table with 4 columns: staff ID, staff name, staff last name, and gender. And then there are questions to answer. What is the possible domain for field gender? How many fields are shown in this table? What is the degree of the table? And how many tuples that the table has? There are review questions. A total of 4 review questions with sub-questions as well. The 5th topic is entity relationship model, where we have an activity. The motivation of this activity is to become conversant with basic ER modeling techniques. Resources, you need ER modeling, learning materials, and ER diagram tool. What to do, the task, you need to draw an entity relationship model diagram that captures the given requirements. A manufacturing company produces products. Product information stored is a product name, ID, and quantity on hand. These products are made up of many components. Each component can be supplied by one or more suppliers. Component information kept is component ID, name, description, suppliers, who supply them, and which products they are used in. You need to create ERD to show how would you track this information. Show entity names, primary keys, attributes for each entity, the relationship between entities, and cardinality. Now, this is a continuation of a previous topic, ER diagram development case studies. We've got case study 1 for manufacturing products. We've got case study 2 as well. This is a car dealership. Another topic is integrity constraint. We've got the first activity to become conversant with integrity constraint in DBMS. That is the motivation of this activity. Resources, you need integrity constraint learning materials, meaning lecture notes on this particular topic. What to do and how to do it, you need to read the following SQL data definition language statement and identify integrity constraints and state their importance. As you can see, that is the code. You need to identify integrity constraint within that particular table. There you have the first 5 review questions. Another topic is relational design and data redundancy. We've got activity which is aimed at assessing the learner to demonstrate basic techniques on how to remove data anomalies. Resources, you need learning materials on data redundancy. What to do, by using the given data below, please remove all data anomalies involved. You can see the table with 4 columns and 6 rows. There are the review questions. Now, another topic is functional dependencies, where we have activity which is aimed at assisting the student to demonstrate basic knowledge of functional dependencies with internet access and course learning materials. We've got 2 questions in this activity. We've got another activity as well, part 2, and review questions, which has 3 parts. Normalization is another topic. In this topic, there are several activities which are aimed at assisting the student to become conversant with basic techniques of normalizing data. You need learning materials, where you have 4 cases that to begin with. You need to normalize that data to a 3rd normal form. There we have case study. This is the case study 1. You are given information about an agency where you have to convert this data to a third norm form. Case study 2 as well, normalize the following table to a third normal form, stating any assumptions. Now let us look at SQL, Structured Query Language, where we're going to have several practical activities for you to do to practice data definition language commands and data manipulation commands. There we have the aim of this exercise to become conversant with basic SQL operations. You need learning materials and a DBMS. For the case of this course, we're using MySQL open source DBMS. There is the database. You need to create every table as it can be seen in that particular ERA diagram. Make sure that you add data integrity constraint as required, as it can be seen in the diagram. After creating those tables, you need to populate them with data. So the following activities are aimed at populating data within those particular tables. This is the second table for drama table. This is for plan table. This is for membership table. This is for bed table. And this is for visit table. The last activities on SQL is aimed at acquiring practical skills using basic SQL operation. By using those tables that we've created in previous activities, you need to attempt these 3 tasks in order to use joins. The last topic is database development process, where we have review questions on this topic on how to develop databases given user requirements. There is our attribution. Thank you very much.